I feel lonely when I log in, bro. This is a very common saying. I have heard this a lot, only from people in my own network, but I see this online as well. If you want serious change, if you're serious about the things you want, you have to be able to embrace solitude. Because no one else is going to do it for you. No one cares about your goals like you do. The reason I say this, I used to smoke weed every single day. For close to 10 years, I've been a complete degenerate, junkie. But I was able to eventually completely change my life around. To right now, being sober for over 2 years, working out every single day, being an athlete, running marathons. I moved halfway across the world to improve my English and my Spanish. And if you are serious about quitting smoking weed or any other goal, you have to understand that nobody is actually going to do it for you. For example, if you're struggling with addiction, you can get yourself into rehab, into a free house, a safe house, or you can get yourself in therapy. And all these people have the best intentions, and I would highly recommend you to do so for sure. But none of these people can do it for you. You have to make the change yourself. And obviously help is good. You want to take whatever help you can get. But you have to understand that you have to do it yourself. And therefore, it's very tricky to stay around people who might end up not helping you. For example, I literally today spoke with a friend of mine who struggles with similar things like alcohol, gambling. Today I had him on the phone. He hadn't been drinking in a month, and he literally this afternoon he said to me, "Okay, I'm not gonna drink for another month." And then he went on a date with a girl, and he called me at night, completely wasted, completely drunk. Yeah, I fucked up. I did it again. And what happened? Obviously, his date didn't convince him. He made the choice himself. That he was very well aware of the fact, and me too. We spoke about it. But if he never went on that date, he would have never got drunk. He would have never been drinking. And that's why it's so important to just simply rely on yourself. You can't permit yourself, you can't afford to put your faith in other people's hands. And the same guy told me, yeah, but I've been hanging out with some friends in the barbecue as well, and they were all drinking 10 beers, and I was there completely sober. Yeah, you can do this for a month. The first month it's gonna be fun, and you're gonna be the cool guy being completely sober and all. But long term it's never gonna work. And not even because of your friends, so not only because of your friends, but because of yourself as well. Because you are the same person as them. You just now decided to become sober, but you still have that little devil inside you. And for example, this guy, he's very good guy. He's a successful entrepreneur, makes a lot of money, and he wants to go out with me to Thailand actually to work together. And I've had a similar thing with a friend of mine who came to Medellin, and we worked together for a month. But what I found out is that if I surround myself with like-minded people, but who come from the same dark place, like addiction, gambling, women, like a bad life, the little devil inside me wakes up again as well. So I will become a bad influence on them as well. If we both have a history of drinking and using drugs, and we are both now on the right path, we can still seduce each other to go back into old behaviors. And therefore you simply need solitude. You need to be alone to be able to have the conversations with yourself you need to have to get a hold of your thoughts, but also to make sure you're not getting influenced in a bad manner by your friends and by your old friends and by people who you think are your friends but actually aren't. They only want to hang out with you to use drugs together. If you don't believe this, you need solitude. You need to be more alone. Most people you use drugs with, you have to understand they're not really your friends. And you may not believe me, but you will eventually find out yourself. And the only thing you can actually do to overcome this, to not feel lonely, is to simply seek new people. Surround yourself with new people and people who don't come from the same background, because you will have bad influences on each other. You will keep joking about old times, and like this, you're back in the old times and you're doing the same old stuff. So you have to simply build a complete new social network. Get into the gym, meet guys over there. Get yourself into a fighting gym, meet guys over there. Get yourself into the fucking library to read a book and see who you walk into in the fucking library. There's so many people. It's the same with girls. If you're dating a girl you don't like, fuck it. You don't have to stay with the girl. There's so many girls, and the same is with men. Obviously, there's so many opportunities to build new relationships with people who actually fit in your life and actually will help you achieve the things you want to, and not drag you back down. I hope it makes sense. Let me know what you think. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you don't hang out with your old bad friends who influence you to smoke weed again and to do the bad things. Make sure you get on yourself, because you already know what you have to do. You don't have to listen to me or anyone else. You already know in your head what you have to do. But you're constantly seduced to do something else, especially if your friends hang around you. So do it alone. Find the right people who actually are on the same path as you, and subscribe to the channel to not miss out on any future videos. Take care.